Yeah, good evening. It's Jim from JAGfx.com. This is just my weekly analysis video. It is Tuesday, the 19th of November, 2019. So in this video, I'll just go through all the pairs we're looking at that we're currently trading using the high probability and the mod MACD methods from the books. And we'll also have a quick look at the Facebook group, spreadsheet, and the news. So we'll go to here's the JAGfx Facebook group. Everyone's more than welcome to join that. And as you probably, if you saw my post this morning, we've cracked 5,000 members. Well done. Thank you, everyone, for being a part of it. It's a big number. Didn't expect that to happen at all. So that's the JAGfx Facebook group. All I ask any new members that come in, if you please read the top pinned announcement post from Christina. It basically tells you where stuff is. If I click on that, see more, opens up a whole big page. Basically tells you to look over here in the files folder. And in here you will find a heap of other resources, chart analysis, YouTube videos, Telegram links, scripts, custom indicators, trade screenshots, resources for Mac users. What else we got in here? Book images, how to load templates, etc. My trade results, which we'll show you in a minute. FAQs and that multiple trade spreadsheet. So there's a fair bit of info in there. So if you just look in there, FAQs got a fair bit. So that's the Facebook group. Again, we've cracked 5,000 and everyone's more than welcome to join, and thanks to those that have. So we'll have a quick, we'll go to the spreadsheet. It's a shared one. You can see a couple of people are on it. So Google Doc, Google Sheet, what do they call it? Our start date, 26th of June. This is the main one, HP and MM combined. You can see the different sheets down the bottom here. This is the one I'm concentrating on at the moment. So we're up to trade 417. We started back on 26th of June. Keep in mind, I'm taking every trade. So there's high risk trades, there's correlated trades, etc. Pretty straightforward. If it's scrubbed out in blue like this one, that means it's a winner. As you can see by the numbers in the swap and the profit loss. If it's in this ugly, filthy red colour, it means it's a loss. As you can see, these couple are here. If it's in yellow like this, it means I've taken a partial close and normally put a stop in place. So that's why there's some totals in there. This is a stock column obviously here. If you see this red in the MA column, it normally means against the trend, high risk trade or something along those lines. I should probably put a little bit more information in these spreadsheets. That's the way it is at the moment. If you see green like this, basically close to an overall break even. So that's the spreadsheets for all the trades. So there's quite a few. And these are called pretty well after I take them. So it's close to the time as I can without using a trade copier. So this is just a rundown, each pair I'm trading. So there's the 30 pairs. So it's 28 currencies plus gold and silver, which are both against the US dollar anyway. These are the pips I've got taken on each one so far. Obviously red's not good, and gold's the problem child, as you can see. And USD Swiss francs caused me some grief, and a couple of the pound pairs. But generally it's all going pretty well. Don't worry about the pips too much, as you'll see. The profit loss in dollars, you can see that there. It's all based on a base lot of 0.02. So very small trading size. 15,891 pips so far. These figures are hopefully accurate. I don't really check them. I just sort of do it every day. And that's $3,805.17 locked away. So that's the spreadsheet. So let's go quick look at the news. So it's a pretty quiet week this week. We're Tuesday, next news. This is all in local time. So 1 a.m. we've got something out of Canada in about 2 hours. Not too exciting. Red is a high impact. The orange is medium impact. I keep them both on there. I don't really need to see the medium, but sometimes some of the interest rate decisions, which you believe are hidden away. We don't really have much until Thursday. It's a pretty CPI out of Canada on Wednesday. Thursday, FOMC meeting, ECB monetary policy meeting. So may have some effect on the US Euro type pairs. Canada, talking head, Bank of Canada, Governor Polos, whatever you pronounce it, speaks. New ECB president speaks shortly thereafter. France, German, flash services, Euro, flash, core retail sales out of Canada, that might be a mover, and flash manufacturing PMI out of the US. So it's nothing spectacular this week. A couple of high impact, but just remember this is just the news events that we know about. There could be something out of left field like trade wars, Brexit, . Okay, let's get on over the charts. All right, like usual, this is my profile that I use for all the pairs. You can see it's in alphabetical order, gold and silver at the end here. If they're indented, like they're shorter title blocks like these ones in here, it means there's no trade on. If they're extended, it means there's a trade on. So you can see I've got a fair few trades on. Normally that's full, but I've sort of banged up a bit. So we'll start with the pound yen. I was in a couple of trades, got out both of them, and hence we're not in a trade at the moment. Normally I draw lines to give me a heads up what's happening. So in this case, if you see a grey vertical line like this, it means there's a potential signal. There's a blue MACD platinum dot below the zero level, which means I'm looking for a buy. We've got a green QMP buy here. I'd already drawn this blue aqua line in here across the highs. It's more of an interest. If you see blue ones, it's just something that's caught my eye that I'm looking at. Here it's a possible resistance level. I didn't take that buy there, even though it's probably a valid buy signal, just because I don't like how this is all sideways, and I like to see a pullback. So, for example, this one here, see there's a pullback. This one just come up and it's gone flat. It hasn't come back to the MAs or anything like that. Not saying this is a valid buy signal into the MAs, but I think I did take it. So, yeah, there's no trade on here, so we'll move along. Go to USD CAD. I took a sell on that this morning. I got a stop in place. Red dotted line is stop level. You can see my notes. You'll see they normally in a chronological order. You can slow down the video or pause it, read those notes. I'll make some notes on what I'm thinking at the time with regards to the trade. Sell trades will be indicated by a red vertical dash line and a red horizontal full line. It's at the intersection. That's the price I entered. So remember the dots on the QMP, it's on the open of the following candle. So it's about there. So it's gone against me already. Red trend lines like this relate to bearish divergence. So you can see I've got hidden bearish divergence there. So the MACD Platinum's gone up, higher highs on the MACD Platinum, lower highs on price. So I expect prices come up towards the 240. I expect it to drop down. You can read my overall break even. It's at the POE, means point of entry, and it's minus 0.02 because it's only got the one sell on there. That's USD CAD. Right, AUD CAD in a sell here last week sometime. It went down a little bit, didn't get close. The MACD Platinum didn't really get to the zero level, which I hope it would. Now it's turned up against me. It's heading up. We're still in profit. Just it's not doing much at all. So you can see sell, got a stop in place. Pretty boring. Just waiting. Ideally, I'm looking for the MACD Platinum to go down through the zero level, or if I get a reverse buy signal, say for example, I'd probably close that sell for a small profit, then wait. Whilst the MACD Platinum is above the zero level, I'm only looking for sells most of the time. So anytime it's above the zero level, looking for sells. Below the zero level, looking for buys. So in this case, sell. There's a nice sort of pretty close to a double top there. It's come up close to the 240 LMA, but not doing much, not too much to get excited about. Euro New Zealand. This one's took a bit of a risk here. You can read my notes. Again, pause the tape, the video. I did have a couple. I was in a few trades here, and I've closed a few of the sells. So I've just got 3 buys on, which was from this morning. Overall break-in is this line marked by the yellow dash line. You see my notes down the bottom here. Overall break-in at 174, 164. and that's what I'm plus 0.22 long. You can see the MACD is below the zero level. I was hoping today it'd pop up and just go through there so I can at least get out of this. So it's high risk at the moment. I've got no protection to the downside. So I'm in 3 trades, buy trades, no stop, but I'm watching structure and looking at this, I'm hoping it should go up. If it pulls back down a bit and eventually heads up, that's fine. We'll work out something. Big level of resistance up here, and my break-even's well below that, so I was hoping it just banged through there today, but not to be. Got a few pips in the bank though, so it's not the end of the world. CAD Swiss. Yeah, this is another pair that's giving me a little bit of grief. You can see I've got lots of trades on. Overall break-even's down here. You can see my notes. So start off with a sell, then a hedge buy, second sell, second hedge buy, third sell, hedge buy, then a 4 sell, and it started off pretty well, then it went against me, and it come down nicely heading towards the overall break-even level, and not to be. Again, grey line in, there's a blue dot on the MACD platinum below the zero level, and I'm always drawing these potential divergence lines as each candle's formed. Still has to be confirmed, but at the moment it's just potential. So you can see the MACD platinum is lower lows, and at this stage slightly higher lows on the price. It looks like it's popped up and it's starting to drop down again. It's something I can work my way out of. It's not a big moving pair, so I don't get too stressed about it. So that's the CAD Swiss. We'll pop across the New Zealand CAD, which is another one's. It's a pair I've got a lot of trades on. Again, you can read my notes. If I just did the old traditional way of trading, set a stop, and I wouldn't have been in this mess. Trust me. Generally, yeah, it would have been, that buy would have been stopped out. The seller wouldn't have taken. This buy would have been stopped out at break even. That sell would have been a goer, and I would have made a few pips on that. That buy is a valid one, would have been stopped out at probably break even. That sell would have been a stop out. Buy is not a valid. Second sell, I'd say that would have been stopped out. That buy there is not a valid one, stopped out. Sell here, possibly stopped it, not yet, no, it wouldn't have been stopped out. That buy wouldn't have been valid, but at the moment it's heading up. As you can see, I'm hedged. They're all very tight in here, so it's just a matter of, I'm looking for basically going to the downside. You can see the MACD platinum's been above the zero level a fair bit, so I'm looking for it to go down. It may not, price might keep on going up, but eventually, say price goes up here somewhere, then get a valid sell signal, it looks pretty good, then I can probably close a couple of these buys, take some pips off the table, reduce this, reduce the number of trades, etc., and try and run it down. All right, AUD Japanese yen in no trades at the moment. You can see my notes. There's again green trend lines are drawn in for potential bullish divergence. You can see that one's flat. This one's heading up. So that's divergence there. Hasn't been confirmed, but I'm drawing this all the time, looking for it. Euro CAD, nothing happening here at the moment. There was a sell signal in here. I don't think I didn't take it. Not sure why. I think it's just because it was close to the MACD platinum on the zero level already. It just didn't look that good. So I didn't take it. It probably proved to be a smart thing. It's a bit of a sideways market. But nothing happening at the moment. New Zealand USD going nowhere fast, no trades, nothing. It's a lot of sideways action in the last couple of weeks. It's going to be a pretty good pair to trade, but at the moment, see, I've got a few pips out of it. Aussie Swiss in a sell up here. You can see my divergence lines as a double, took it on a double top initially, but it went against me a bit, and now we've got further confirmed divergence, regular bearish divergence, and we're through the zero level, so I've closed half on the MACD Platinum, so I've closed out half already and a stop in place just above the price of entry. It's not going anywhere fast, but you can see overall break even at point of entry minus 0.01. As long as price is below the point of entry, we're in profit. Even if I got stopped out, it'd be for overall small profit between the two closes. Euro Swiss took a buy. It was a high risk one, but I like the hidden bullish divergence. There's a stop in place down here, as you can see. The reason it's high risk going into this, the MAs are down, and the price was pretty well close to the MAs at the time. But I like the look of this divergence, so I thought I'll take it and try and at least get and the MACD's a fair way below the zero level, so I'll try and get a few pips out of it. So far we're in the black, we're just above the entry price, but it's starting to drop away a bit at the moment, but not too bad. Swiss Japanese yen going nowhere, sideways. Look at this, sideways. I drew a grey vertical line out, a blue dot on the MACD Platinum below the zero level, but nah. Nothing to get excited, for you triangle or pennant traders, there's probably something to get a little bit excited about. That's really not my cup of tea, so I can't really comment on it. What do we got here? Euro yen and a few trades here, I believe. Have a look at all this. Look like I'm doing it right. So it gets a bit messy. You've got to just read down through my notes. Like I say, pause or stop the video, slow the video down. So I took a buy in here. Remember the buys in the section of the blue line, so that's your first one there. It's gone up, I've closed half. You can see and I've moved stops. So I've got a stop in place, and I'd say it'd be there, 118977, so that red dot there. Then I took a sell. It went against me initially, then eventually dropped down, and I've closed half of that and stops at 127.03. So that's that red line just above the entry. Came close to touching it, but it didn't quite. That was yesterday. It didn't quite, so we're just below it at the moment. Then I've taken another buy on Friday. That's this one here. So I've got 3 individual trades on, and that's got a stop in place at the same level as my other original buy. So I've got 3 trades, all with stops in place. Overall break-evens is yellow dash line, and as you can see, as long as price is above it, and I'm positive 0.02, so that's a good thing. So if I closed all those 3 trades out right now, I'd make a profit. But they're all looking good. It's not a bad pair to trade sometimes, the euro yen, when it's been nice to you. Used to be my favourite back in the day, but things went a bit array with the yen pairs for a while. I took another USD Japanese yen. This is just very tight, very ugly. This is a daily chart. That's probably a month of crap there, really. It's not a bad pair to trade normally, make a few pips, but when it's doing this, probably, and here comes the vendor on cue. Oh, can't hear him. Yeah, so here we go. Drop down a 4-hour or 1-hour chart or something like that. Nothing doing at the moment. Euro USD, took a buy on Friday. Again, similar to Euro Yen, I think it was. High risk, same, similar. Price is already at the MAs, downtrend, high risk. But I like this hidden bullish divergence. Hidden bullish divergence is generally with the trend. So it's probably saying that this is an uptrend now, and it may continue up. It could just roll over and go to the downside. Got a stop in place down here. We're not doing a great deal, but we're in the money. We've got a few pips in the bank with the Euro USD. And that bloke's going to park right at the front of my unit, I can tell. Every video, get the old Vietnamese vendor on their motorbike with their speakers. All right, Aussie, New Zealand. I was in a sequence of trades here, and it dropped away nicely through in the sequence, gave me some good pips. So this last was my third sell. It was for 0.10, and I've closed 0.08 of that. So I've left my usual base lot of 0.02 in the sell trade. And at the moment, I'm looking for potential bullish divergence setup. It's just a double top across there, which got me excited because I wasn't that super impressed because where the price was compared to the MAs and the trend was up. But once I saw the double top there, that gets me excited. Now, if I get a blue dot on the MACD Platinum, I'd close out another half, look at bringing down my stop, etc. But that's looking good at the moment. Let's go to the pound Aussie. Again, a blue, possible double top forming. I think I'm in a overall break-evens miles away here. It's up way up above because I'm in a few crappy old sell trades here. Gave me a bit of grief. Then I've had to sort of try and bail out with these buy trades. So this is something I'm going to have to massage, as I'd say, the pound Aussie. For example, if I get a sell signal once the MACD goes above the zero level, then I may look at closing out, say, that buy or this buy, even if it's in profit, and put myself under a bit of stress just with sell trades, or even look at, if I get a good profit there and a good profit on that one, I may look at, say, closing out one of these smaller sell trades, sort of balance it out, just reduces my number of trades. So you just get a bit creative when it comes to trade management. So yeah, not looking that flash at the moment. If it shot up, it'd be great because I'd go straight to the break even and just get out. Euro pound. This has been an ugly pair to trade recently. I'm still in the sell from back here. Stop in place, locking in profit. You can read my notes. Looking for bullish divergence forming, but it's just not going anywhere. There was a sell signal here, and it was a valid one. I didn't take it. That's sideways. Price didn't go back enough close to the MAs for my liking. And, it's probably proved in hindsight to be the smart thing. Generally, I like to see price go back to the MAs. Like, say, for example, here, these are all probably valid buy signals, but you can see not until price comes down into the MAs, you get that good retracement, and generally the MACD Platinum will drop further away from the zero level, and then bang, we get that bounce up, which is what you're sort of ideally looking for. See, price is sell back here, price has gone up into the MAs and bang, down. So at the moment we're in a sell there, locked in profit, we've got a few pips on the board. Sometimes a tough pair to trade. Euro Aussie in a buy back here from last week. Today I closed half. Look like a genius. Closed half and stop moved up. The reason I closed half, MACD Platinum through the zero level. So just protecting my interest now. So that's going all right. Aussie USD took a sell last week, went down. I've already closed half. Yeah, there's just a couple of pips there, nothing to get excited about. Then we had this big move down. I thought, damn, wish I hadn't closed half. But now it's starting to head back up again. So stop in place. If I get stopped out in the next 5 minutes, overall break even on that trade. But it's not setting the world on fire. Pound CAD. Another one's a little bit messy. What have I got? I'm hedged at the moment. I've got sell, buy, bigger buy. You can read my notes. Sell, hedge, buy, second sell, second hedge, buy. Not sure what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to wait and see what the MACD Platinum does and where we go from there. The good thing is all the trades are pretty close to each other, so I haven't got huge gaps. I don't really need huge moves. Once I get an ideal setup, again, possible bearish divergence setting up, nothing confirmed, just drawing trend lines in so I don't get caught out by surprise. CAD Yen, took a buy when it was in here. Wasn't a great buy. I did have a stop in place initially, and I did remove the stop. Now, it's probably a dumb thing to do, but having said that, I didn't remove it just to watch it drop. I removed it to put on a hedge because this is a slow burning pair, as I call them, and the sell signal, the MACD Platinum, still a long way below the zero level. So I've drawn this grey line in. I've got a blue dot here on the MACD Platinum. and I thought it was going to pop up, but now it's dropping off again. So at the moment, I'm locking in a loss. I'm hedged. I'm locking in a loss between these two. Ideally, I'm looking for another buy signal, which then I'll take as 0.06, then work my way out from there. At the moment, it's heading down by looks, but I'm locking in that loss. And the only thing I'm losing out on is the swap or the overnight interest rate. So it's a pair I'm confident I can trade out of. But yeah, the stop was set, stop removed as hedged. Don't generally want to do that. You definitely don't want to do it and not do anything else. So it's not a good habit to get into. Now here's my one and only mod MACD trade. I got bounced around a little bit here. I had a sell signal early last week. Then the next day it reversed to a buy. And with the mod MACD trades, remember it's all based on this fast MACD. All is a standard MACD with settings of 6, 12 and 1. And you have a look at the MACD Platinum and that, they look very similar, don't they? Very similar in sort of the way they move. But this is all based around the 0 level. This is the main indicator. As soon as I get this cross over the 0 level, it's confirmed. And I've got a close above this blue Aqua 25 SMA, and that's the signal to go long. So I've got a little signal to go long, and I'm up about 3 pips. So that's the pound Swiss. No high probability trades there. New Zealand Swiss, another crappy sideways, nothing to get excited about. Trends down, MAs are flattening, let's keep on tracking. USD, Swiss franc, something a little bit different. Blue dashed line here just means parity, 1.000. You can see it's a line that gets attacked a fair bit and everything bounces off it. But this is tough to trade. Maybe you want to drop down and say, let's have a look. If we drop down on 4 hours, see if it makes any difference. A little bit easy to trade on the 4 hour. You know, you look at these signals here. There's a buy signal down here. If you're taking that, you know, pips up, the sell signal would have got stopped out. So there's a sell signal there, you got stopped out there. You just draw a trend line across all these lows. You can see it's pretty obvious. And the sell signal remained valid throughout, eventually dropping. Take that sell down there. Buy signal, depend where your stop is. You'd generally be below this low over here. You run that up, sell, probably have your sell above that red dot somewhere. It's still in. Always look at the MACD Platinum, it's still in. So pretty bit easy to probably trade on the 4 hour. Daily, there's nothing there. It's just up and down. It's up and down. It's terrible. Pound New Zealand. It's going nowhere. I drew this blue trend line in a while ago. I had this high here, this high to a double top. And all it did was extend it through. And as you can see, price broke through it, came down. So it went from basically resistance. Now it appears to be support. See how prices come down, bounced off it, bounced up, bounced back down, had another dig, come back to it again, had another dig up. Now it's probably heading back down again. Tough pair to trade at the moment. Like a few of these pound pairs, that is just a month and a bit of sideways, nothing. And pound USD, I'm in a bit of a poo here. I've got a couple of 3 sells, you can see there, down here, and I had to take a hedge buy. Had a hidden bullish divergence, valid buy signal, not a great one. Price didn't come back to the MAs, and now we've probably got a sort of a bit of a resistance level up. Resistance level at the top here. So normally I just draw something like that. So the price has gone up, bounced off it, gone up, bounced off it, headed up again. It may roll down, then I've got a problem because now I've got a buy trade that I've got to deal with. So we'll work something out, I'm sure. New Zealand yen, in a sell back here, it's gone against me. I've got a stop in place. Look for a trend line break to take another sell trade, but it was already at the original. Now it's just, look at this thread in the MACD Platinum all jammed up against the 0 level, stuck between the stop and the entry price for a few days now, going nowhere fast. Got a few pips in the bank though, so I just closed it Close it now. Lose a few pips here, but generally it's been a pretty good pair to trade. Gold's not doing me any favours either. I'm in a bit of a mess with gold, but the good thing is all my trades are in the one area, so they're all pretty tight. As you can see, it's been giving me grief. This is probably my worst pair of trade. I made a few errors early, and it's come back to bite me on the bum. I had opportunities to get out of break even a couple of times on the metals, and I missed them. I've recovered on silver, but not on gold. So you can read my notes. I'm in a lot of trades here, looking for a possible buy, and I probably should be drawing. Nah. Yeah, I should be drawing like trend lines here, like what's wrong for divergence, because there is divergence there. Green, so it's buy. So there's possible higher lows on the MACD platinum from there to there. And if we look over here, so we've got lower lows on price. So it's definitely divergence here if it's confirmed. So if we get a buy signal tomorrow, I might look at closing out a couple of these cells and running it up and hopefully recovering some of these pips. And silver, getting close to stopped out. And the sell was in a sequence of trades, had a nice drop, managed to get out, make a couple of pips. Now, and I want a lousy little closed 8. Probably should close another one there. Yeah, I should have closed another 0.1 when I got that blue dot on the MACD Platinum. And I'll have to check that. I think I may have. So yeah, but it's in that. We're in profit there and we can't lose. So again, you can see the similar sort of divergence forming, not confirmed, because we need a QMP filter dot. So that's a bit it for the trades, guys. So hopefully that wasn't too boring for you. So thanks for watching, and if you like these videos, please either subscribe to the channel or hit the like button, and feel free to make comments, etc. Thanks to those that do watch it, and also again thanks to those that have joined the Facebook group or those that are in the Telegram groups, and also thank you to the people that do contact me by email. I do get a few emails. The majority of the emails, would you believe, is the QMP filter is not showing on the chart. One of two things or both. Either the indicator's not named correctly, either the reader's renamed it or copied it where it's put a bracket and a 0, 1 or 2 in behind the name. Has to be as I send it to you. And the second issue is some of my readers get creative and they create subfolders. Do not do that. Put it in the folder as per the video I sent you. I might have to add some notes to the actual instructions that go out with the indicators, because that's the main problem I have. It freezes up the MT4 platform. It's in the wrong folder, trust me. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to get this uploaded before I turn into a pumpkin, because it's now about 11:30 at night and it's time for bed. Cheers, guys. Thank you.